Alright, so welcome back, guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here at Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to talk about some news regarding the upcoming MCU Thor Love and Thunder movie. Now, if the MCU or movies are something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss any more Marvel news from me or movie news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Like I said, we got some news regarding the Thor Love and Thunder movie that will be coming out next year. That is very interesting and exciting news in regards to the movie, as it's been announced that the Guardians of the Galaxy will be featured in this movie. Now, I'm very, very interested and curious to see how this will play out. At least in my opinion, I feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor were some of the best parts of Endgame and Infinity War, so I'm very interested to see what goes on here, especially how Thor and Rocket's relationship is, and along Groot, and see maybe how it develops with him and Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians. Again, I think could be very interesting material to go into, especially with setting up some of the future storylines for the MCU. Now, I know I think there's what this Asgardians of the Galaxy comic. I don't read Marvel comics, I just watch the movies. So I think that's a story that ran a few years ago or back in the 90s or something like that. So I think they could be adapting that. But honestly, we don't know. They could do an original storyline. Now, there are also rumors that it will just be for a short time, like they're in the beginning after the events of Endgame, and then Thor goes off to do whatever he needs to do in Love and Thunder, and maybe like Rocket or Groot accompany him or something like that. I don't know. I do hope that they play more of a big role than just that. I do like him, but at the same time, again, it's Thor's movie, so I don't want him to be overshadowed by the Guardians. But I would like to see him play some kind of role here, and just have some kind of role. Maybe they're side characters that do something, but I don't want them to be like front and center with Thor, and I think Valkyries returning as well. So I don't want to have those two characters being overshadowed by the Guardians. I do want to have them be there. Maybe they help Thor moving forward. They're like his support, and maybe similar to like in Black Panther when M'Baku showed up at the final battle. Maybe they show up with maybe like the Ravengers or whatever and help Thor in the final battle of the movie. I think that'd be pretty cool and interesting. But I don't know. Again, I think this is very interesting news. Again, this is still being directed by Taika Waititi, who did Ragnarok, which was an amazing movie. So I think this will be another good movie. I feel like the first two Thor movies don't hold up as good as some of the other MCU movies, but I feel like Ragnarok was probably the peak of Thor's storyline, and seeing as he's coming back to do this other movie, I think that it could be another possible great movie. And I'm curious if they'll set up like a sequel trilogy with Thor moving forward, or will this just kind of round out his storyline here, because we never seen any character get a fourth movie after they finish their trilogy. So I'm curious if this could be something new that they're going to go into, where they do more than just a trilogy with the one character. So that's something I'm interested to see what they do here. I also have a feeling that they could set up at the end of this movie possibly Galactus, especially given that it's Thor and the Guardians possibly teaming up. It's in space, so I feel like they could have some kind of hint or end credit scene hinting at Galactus's arrival, similar to what they did at the end of Avengers with Thanos. I feel like they could do something similar in an end credit scene with Thor Love and Thunder. But again, I'm very curious to see what they do here, and very interested to see what role the Guardians play, because I love them all. I think Mantis is probably the weakest one, but I still enjoy all of them. Again, I'm also curious to see if this will fit into the storyline of Gamora. Will this bring her back into the fold with the Guardians? Will this have some kind of effect on that? So I think there's a lot of potential for this movie, and a lot of potential storylines to be set up, completed, or just, added on to. So again, I think this is a good move on Marvel and Kevin Feige's part. So, and I usually agree with everything he does, so I'm very excited to see what he does here. We got a lot of big movies coming out in the next few years. This will round out the end of Phase 4 most likely, unless there's a TV show that does. But this most likely at least will round out the cinematic MCU universe. So I'm curious, as with every end of a phase, you always get some kind of setup for the future one. So I think that this could be a big ending setup at the end of the credits. So I'm very curious to see what they do here. Thor is probably one of the fan favorites. He's one of the last remaining OG Avengers outside of Hulk. So again, I think there is interesting storylines that they could do here, and I think that this could be a good movie. And another thing I think that could be interesting is Thor's relationship with Jane Foster. Now we do know she's turning into Lady Thor in this movie, and maybe Thor and Star Lord have this kind of thing between their relationships with people. I think that'd be an interesting thing to do. Maybe like they help each other move forward with their relationships with, Star Lord and Gamora, and Thor and, Jane Foster. So I think that'd be another interesting thing that they could do with the movie. But there's so many different things that they could do here. And I really hope that they bring back Sif in this movie. I feel like now that the Warriors 3 are dead, even though you got Valkyrie, I do feel like you should bring back Sif for this movie. I'm disappointed that she wasn't in Ragnarok and that she didn't show up at the end, any of the Endgame or Infinity War movies. So I really, really hope that they can bring her back. I kind of feel like that was due to her TV show on NBC, Blind Spot or something like that. But since that is ending, hopefully maybe they were able to get her in for this movie, even if it's a small role. I do want to see her in this movie. I missed her in the last few movies, so I want to see her return. So that's one thing I'm hoping that they add in here. But overall, I'm excited for this movie, and let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Hey guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder movie. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss any more Marvel or movie news from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the about section on my YouTube channel. As always, this has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.